While you're there, check out VP Mad Additives, formulated by the mad scientists to give your ride a seat-of-the-pants boost. Visit VPRacingFuels.com for more information.
Okay. All right, everything's working good now?
Yeah, I take it again because yesterday one of the tripod lights.
Welcome back, everybody. We're watching us at home at TORCseries.com and all across the globe. We're here back at the Big House. It's the Big House Brawl at Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. It's round 6 of the 2016 TORC season. As we get ready to come back racing with more Sportsman race action, Tiffany Stone, our 2016 Miss TORC, has some great fans down at the main stage.
So I asked who was the biggest CJ fan, and all of these girls right here just jumped up for joy. You know why? Number one reason, they think CJ Greaves is cute. You guys, is CJ gonna win the Crandon Cup tonight? Yeah. Oh my God! So not only has CJ taken the podium in Pro 2 and Pro 4, but these lovely ladies think that he's gonna take that cup tonight. You guys wanted to say one good thing to CJ? You want to tell him good luck? Okay, look right there and say good luck, CJ. You guys are the best. Crandon fans, you are the best. Make sure you guys check us on TORCseries.com. Good luck to you tonight, CJ.
Thanks a lot, Tiffany. And without a doubt, without having fans here, without fans that follow the TORC series, man, that would be a boring show without a doubt. So here's where we need your help. Check out all the social medias. You got cell phones right now. You got those smartphones. Get them out right now. Take pictures. Go to Facebook. And always, hashtag TORC16, hashtag TORC Off-Road. And Robbie Floyd and myself are always watching for questions, and we try to answer them on the show. Also, follow us on Twitter, Snapchat, or Instagram at TORC Off-Road. And again, Facebook.com/TORC. Again, please, all your entries, all your pictures, whether it be with your buddies, your wife, your family, other racers, whatever it may be, hashtag TORC16, hashtag TORC Off-Road. We still have a lot of racing to go this afternoon. We've got 31 cars coming out in the light buggy division. As we get ready to go, again, it's the Auto Gear light buggy starting grid. We got 31 cars coming out in just a moment. It is one of the wildest things. I was up here talking to Rick Mullins just a little while ago, talking about yesterday's race. As they came through turn 1 at the start yesterday, they were nearly 15 cars wide. And we both were just talking about with our eyes wide open, our mouths. It was just a crazy thing to see. And you look closely, there's not one row. There's not 2 rows. There are 3 rows of Auto Gear light buggy cars lined up to take the green flag. Absolutely astounding. You can see Face Destiny right now going down the ATV, looking at all the guys, making sure everything's okay. And I have to say that Cowboy down there, he's not in the shot yet, but he will be in a moment, as he'll stand on the far side of the screen. Obviously, it's the guy with the cowboy hat. And he'll run down the line and look at each windshield area, each cockpit area of every driver, and wait for that thumbs up in return. If he doesn't get a thumbs up, he'll stop and wait to get it and then continue onwards. And when everybody's been checked off and given the thumbs up, he'll then point to Face Destiny in the Rugged Radio's flag tower, and it'll be all about the timing of Face Destiny and the drivers at the line to take that green flag. We're just a couple minutes away. As you can see, a little bit more prep work going on as the guys, it looks like the crews are starting to step aside, but absolutely wild, wild picture of all those cars 3 deep. That is a great thing to see, as without a doubt, that is the biggest field we're going to see in any class all weekend long. I also have to call out one last time this weekend, this class in particular, because this we all lost a great friend back in March who basically was a staple in this class. John Hooven, I hope you're watching us right now. Your boys are at the line. About to have a whole lot of fun. Here's our lineup of Auto Gear Light Buggy competitors on the front row. I believe it looks like it's going to be Anna Raby in the 124, starting alongside Pete Delory in the 199. Starting third is Scott Booth in the 134. Jaden Lemke in the 109 will start fourth. In the fifth spot, it will be Mark Steinhardt in the 141. Brandon Groff in the 112. Bo Ambo starts seventh. Tyler Wyans, who won yesterday in the 195, starts eighth. Greg Stingle, the 172. Keep your eyes on that blaze orange car. I don't even see him at the line. I know he's out there somewhere, but boy, he's going to be deep in the field. Tony Keeper starts 10th in the 152. Derek Tilkins, our current points in the 121, starts 11th. Paul Hayward in the 115 starts 12th. Starting 13th is Eric Lafreniere in the 113. Adam Lepic starts 14th in the 118. Tyson Marquardt in the 122. Kyle Patnod starts 16th in the 174. The 136 of Ben Alcox is alongside of him. Chris Vanden Elzen is lined up as well in the 166. Ryan Jose starts 19th to 147. Ed Holcher starts 20th to 100. Sean Springstro starts 21st to 117. Josh Sakovitz starts 22nd to 119. Alongside of Josh is McKenna Envik in the 173. Stephanie Pedals in the 144. Tom Benevenuti starts 25th in the 156 out of Canada. Chad Moigenberg starts 26th in the 159. Kirk Groff starts 27th to 137. Cody Otson alongside in the 104. Billy Booth in the 151 starts 29th. Tracy Fleischman starts 30th in the 120. And Connor Schultz starts 31st in the 177, deep in row number 3. And I'm still looking for that blaze orange car of Stingle. I think that might be him, third from the right on the screen. So, but man, that's going to be a really wild turn one. Like I said, I was talking to Rick Mullins about this race from yesterday, and this is such a cool thing to see. The largest number we've seen in this class in quite some time, and whether they be first-timers or getting involved in off-road racing for the first time, or decide to kind of scrub the mothballs off and come back out of retirement and start racing again, it doesn't matter. Just the fact that this class and the Sportsman series in general is growing so quickly this year, and guys coming out of the closet to race once again is such a neat thing to see. Face Desney's on his way to the flag tower right now, and how about that? That is such a cool thing to see. When you consider the weather we've had the last 2 days, upwards of 4.5 inches in the local area, and then today to have fantastic weather and the crowd that we have, what an awesome, awesome thing to see. You know what? On behalf of the entire staff of the TORC series, the MSI guys, the Crandon International Off-Road Raceway, and all its volunteers, we thank you, the fans, for coming out here. And you know what? We're going to ignore Mother Nature on Saturday because Sunday's going to be a perfect day, and our fans showed up. But thank you so much, guys, for coming out, as we got a lot of racing to go yet. Well, check this out. You see Cowboy on the front row on the far right side of the screen. You can barely see that cowboy hat as he's getting ready to get the guys set to take that green flag. Face Desney once again is up in the tower, ready to go. But Robbie and I have talked about this for the last 2 years. We always key on watching Cowboy. And I'm trying to remember if it's ever happened. I don't think it has. And we didn't want to jinx him, and I don't want to do it now, but we've never seen Cowboy trip. And he's gotten a lot of airtime on TV shows the last couple of years. The cameras love watching Cowboy run down that front row, checking out all the guys. And what the cameras aren't picking up are the ruts at the starting line, where the cars are lined up after years and years of starting races in that location, in those spots. There are pretty deep ruts that have formed and just don't go away. You can grade all you want, but they rut back up again. And when you throw the green flag and these guys drop those clutches and hit those gas pedals, there's Cowboy running along the front of each car, getting a thump from the drivers. Now watch Cowboy again. He'll face Faye in the Rugged Radio's flag tower. Just out of camera shot. Oh, it's such a cool thing to see, though. He'll point at Faye, give him the twirl of the finger up in the air, and we're going to go green in just a moment. Green flag is out. The Auto Gear 1600 light buggy race is underway. Here they come into turn one. Stingle in that blaze orange car on the far outside on the right side of the screen. It looks like it might be Pete Delory with the whole shot. And we got cars that got together just on the exit turn one. It looks like Deloy with the whole shot. Tyler Weens running in second. No, that's Jaden Lemke in second. She's going outside of Stingle. As they cross the Amsoil finish line, the race starts right now as Jaden Lemke has the lead. Stengel in second, Tyler Weens in third, Paul Hayward, Derek Tilkins, Bo Ambos, Jake Nelson, Brandon Groff, Tony Keepers, and Tyson Marquardt. All running the top 10, but man, how about that early run by Jaden Lemke? Lemke goes a wide up onto the banking, trying to keep that speed momentum up. Meanwhile, Stingle did the complete opposite, kept it tight to the inside, tried a little bit of a slide job possibly. It wasn't close enough to try to pull it off. But Tyler Weens looking so strong running that third spot, having won this race yesterday afternoon for his first career podium, to say nothing of his first career win. Track conditions right now are absolutely perfect for the Auto Gear Light Buggy division. Not dry, not wet, not heavy. These limited horsepower cars with limited suspensions running on stock VW components are looking pretty racy right now. Jake Nelson has moved up a couple spots. That 144 now running in seventh. Jaden Lemke looking pretty strong right now. Still at the point, Stengel running in second as the top two cars have pulled away from the rest of the field. Tyler Weens running in third, but he's getting a little bit of heat right now from Paul Hayward and Derek Tilkins. It didn't take long for a 31-car field to spread out like it has. If you would like to get involved in off-road racing, become a racer, maybe a team owner, at a very economical price, this is definitely the class you want to do it in. You could probably get a top flight car ready to race. I want to say probably for about $8-9 grand, and that would be on the high side. But a great economical way to get involved in off-road racing. Jaden Lemke still has the lead, about 3 car lengths over Stengel. And it looks like right now she may have a great combination of Stengel. He's always quick, but is just not able to be quick enough to pull up alongside and battle for the lead. Well, there may be the door left open right there as Jaden went very wide in that left-hand turn. Stengel make up a ton of ground as he tucked down in the inside. Now trying to pull up alongside as they come into the Forest County Potawatomi turn 1. Once again, Lemke goes way up against the wall, opens the door for Stengel as they head down past the skyboxes into the gravel pit turn. As we may have a pass for the lead coming out of the corner. They're still side by side, up over the Polaris jump into the turn. Stengel trying to make a run at it. Lemke is trying desperately to stay in front of Stengel as they cross the Amsoil finish line as there's 4 laps remaining. Lap car right in front of our leaders. That could be a factor. Our leaders coming up on lap traffic in that tight left-hander. Here's what's going to happen. Will it work out? Our leaders go to the inside. Lapper goes way outside. And the lap car is not moving out of the way like I anticipated. And it could be a scrub job. They split the middle. The lap car's in the middle. Here comes Stengel on the inside. And Stengel now has the lead. The lap car definitely, it's actually still in the lead lap, but it was a lapper they came up on. And that definitely was an issue that caused the lead change. Now Stengel running up front. Lemke falls back 1 spot and has yet to get around the lap car. At the competition yellow, Stengel now has the point. Jaden Lemke falls back to second. as Richie Kuloff pulls on the track with that brand new 2016 Casey Highlights Vision Wheels Cooper Tire Pace Truck. And here's where it gets interesting. The lap vehicle, I believe that's Ed Holcher. I haven't picked up a number yet. But I believe that's a Holcher car out there. They have the option, now being a lap down, to pull off to the side and let the lead lap cars go by and him just fall into the back of the pack, or not pull out at all and stay in line right where he's at. And it looks like right now that he's staying in line. Second on the course, but one lap down to our leader, Greg Stingle. And I kind of believe that Lemke cannot be happy about that decision one bit. And that's a great shot right there. Perspective of what 31 cars look like in line. As he come out of that left-hand 180. Great shot of that Casey Highlights Pace Truck with all the flags. Forest County Potawatomi, the American flag, waving on the back of that truck. As Face Desney's on that flag stand right in front of the crowd on the opposite side of the racetrack in the infield. He ultimately controls when they come down out of turn one, the start of this race. You'll see two orange cones. Once Stingle hits that orange cone, the first one, he can accelerate on his own anytime within that zone. As soon as he accelerates, he'll throw the green flag, and we're back into the green flag racing for the second half. Stingle pulling away. Lemke trying to find a way around our lapper. Still is not able to do it. Tyler Weens right there now in that third spot, but he's getting pressure as well, I believe, from Paul Hayward. And finally, second, third, fourth, get around the lap vehicle, and now they got clean track to try to track down our leader. So it's Stingle up front, Jaden Lemke second, Tyler Weens third, Paul Hayward, Derek Tilkins, Bo Ambos, Jake Nelson and Billy Booth, Kyle Padnout, and Tony Keepers all in the top 10. Looks like Paul Hayward now trying to run up on the back bumper of Tyler Weens as they come into the Forest County Potawatomi turn one. Our leader, Stingle, now headed past the skyboxes down that straightaway into the gravel pit turn. Has about a 15-car length lead over Jaden Lemke. Lemke about 10 now in front of Weens. And Paul Hayward once again pulls up alongside of Weens, trying to get that last podium spot, as there's 2 laps remaining this time by. These cars are so evenly matched with running a restrictor plate, a 1600cc air-cooled motor, very limited with what they can do, limited suspension, 6 to 8 inches of travel, not a heck of a lot, and they sit so low to the ground. Greg Stingel now about 25 car, maybe 30 car length lead over Jaden Lemke. And we got the 100 car involved again in some incidences. I want to say it's Ed Holcher, according to my lineup, as it looks like there's some pretty significant damage to that car. And I want to say that was Derek Tilkins as well involved. White flag coming out for Greg Stingel. Jaden Lemke taking the checkered flag, or I'm sorry, white flag as well. Tyler Weems, Paul Hayward, Billy Booth, Derek Tilkins. Actually, let's see. Yep. One final time through the Forest County Potawatomi turn one. Greg Stingel with a sizable lead over Jaden Lemke. Through the gravel pit turn, up around the Polaris jump. One turn remaining. As Stingel will jump to the top spot in the box here this afternoon. Winning round 4 of the 2016 season, Greg Stingel will take the win. Jaden Lemke will come across the line in second, and Tyler Weems will come across the line in third. As the rest of our 31-plus cars cross the line, we're going to step aside real quick and come right back in time for the winning interviews.
When it comes to guarding your engine, AMSOIL offers the next-level performance enthusiasts demand. AMSOIL provides 75% more engine protection against horsepower loss and wear than required by a leading industry standard, extending the life of pistons and cams. Give the vehicle you love the above and beyond protection it deserves. AMSOIL, devoted to protection.
No problem. In the Lemke car, the 109 that finished second, it's got two different drivers on one on each day. I need to verify, make sure it's Jaden Lemke. 109. Yeah, one drives one day, one drives the other. Thanks a lot, Dave. Let's now go trackside down to the main stage with our top 3 finishers in the Auto Gear Light Buggy division. Finishing third, a double podium this weekend. How about it for the number 195 of Tyler Weens? I love that smile. Finishing second in the 109. Great run by this guy right here. For a while there, I thought he had a shot at the lead. The 109 of Todd Lemke. And our winner, I have to call him out right now, as he's the one that set up our memorial lap yesterday morning for our fallen racer. Number 172, taking the win this afternoon, Greg Stingle. Let's go on to the podium one more time with Tiffany Stone.
Congratulations to you. It seems after 3 rounds of being second podium, 4th round here at the big house, you finally got up on top. How are you feeling today?
Feeling really good. We had kind of a rough day yesterday and finished 30th. Worked on the car and made some adjustments and fixed a bunch of broken stuff, and came out and ran good. So it's a great feeling.
Well, it's so good to have you up here. I know somebody's probably looking down on you, thanking you for everything that you did, so I just want to say another big thank you to you. It seems like you got that little push that you needed today. Somebody was looking out for you.
Yeah, he's been helping me all the time. Even if he's not here anymore, he's still up there watching down on us.
Well, it's good to see you. I just want to give you a big hug. Thank you for all that you've done. Congratulations again. You proudly take that spot up top there on number 1 for you. You good? Cool. And back up to you, Scott.
Thanks a lot, Tiffany. You know what? 3 very happy guys. And the gentleman we're talking about is John Hooven, a friend of everybody's that passed away this last March. And Greg was instrumental in setting up that memorial lap yesterday. And Greg, it's only right that you take that top spot today. And I have to call out Tyler Weens also this weekend. A double podium for the first time in his career. Great job by that young man. I love the hair, brother. I love that hair, man. You're a wild guy in that Sportsman series, without a doubt. Well, we're going to step aside for just a moment as we get ready for the next race. It's the Super Trucks. I'm on trackside. We'll be right back after this. Once again, I'll remind all the race fans, if you don't mind a little bit of a drive, it's not much one of all, but head on in 2 weeks, head on to the Twin Cities Takedown, just north of Minneapolis. It'll be round 7 and 8 of the TORC, the Off-Road Championship, presented by AMSOIL at the brand new ERX Motor Park. It's from what I'm being told, it's a fantastic facility. They've been on the social medias posting video about it and some pictures and all the things they're doing. A brand new track. We're talking about natural rolling terrain in the woods, and here's a little bit of a point of view video that has been shot while they're building the racetrack. Rolling terrain, high bank turns, back in the woods, and it's like I say, it's probably 20 minutes north of the Minneapolis Twin Cities area. And I know the Carlson gang have put a ton of money into it. A ton of workers have been working on this thing, brand new. From what I hear, also a large building for concessions, for offices, for meetings, a sports bar area. So it's going to be a really great site. Lots of rolling terrain. You've got the trees. Basically, we're talking about a bark river with a lot more trees. Big style and jump right here. You can see that big tabletop. And the thing that's cool about this track is I had a chance to talk to Carlson yesterday about this. The entire racetrack can be seen from the rolling hills, sitting like you are right now at Crandon, up on the grass, and it's going to be really, really neat. Looking forward to it. Again, that's in 2 weeks. Just north of Minneapolis is the brand new ERX Motorsports Park. The next round of racing for the TORC, the Off-Road Championship Series, presented by AMSOIL. The Twin Cities Takedown. A few of the trucks in staging right now for our next race, the Country Hearthbred Super Truck Race. You do have more than 3 out there, right? Oh, yeah. On this side. Yesterday. Check out the big screen right there. Now that's an awesome shot. Beautiful breeze here today, throwing those flags up on end. The big house, the flags you can pick. Actually, they're for sale. You can pick them up with Tim and Timmery at the Race and Dirty tent. You see the tent right there in the screen as well. All the event T-shirts made just for this weekend. The Big House Brawl. Also some very cool brand new designs with Crandon specifically in mind. Tim, I don't know how they do it. Both Tim and Timmery have, I don't know how they come up with some of these ideas, but they put them down on paper, and it some seems to work out when it comes to a really neat T-shirt design. But all kinds of things they have up there, as well as the Chris Kahn Memorial Benefit decals, $5 a piece. 100% of the proceeds go to the CKMB in 2017, so stop down and check them out. They're a brand new design. Enjoy the weather, everybody. We're going to be right back after this with our next race, the Country Hearthbred Super Trucks.
What would happen if a side-by-side had more power than it ever needed, a smoother ride than ever expected, and as much storage and customization as a pickup truck? Where would you take a side-by-side like that? Where would it take you? Step behind the wheel of the new Bad Boy Stampede 900 4x4 with 80 horsepower. See what would happen if you had more power than you knew what to do with. Explore with it, take command with it, go camping in it, hunting in it, run your farm, your ranch, or rip up any off-road trail. Because we didn't push every limit of engineering and design to see what a side-by-side was capable of. We did it to find out what you're capable of. This is the Stampede from Bad Boy. Get yours and find out what would happen. See it in action at badboystampede.com.
Well, there's so much going on here this afternoon, race fans. Enjoying the perfect weather, the wonderful breeze, the sunny weather. There's so much more else going on, and whether it be with the race fans, the racers themselves, or the people that come back for the second, third, fourth time, or even for the 20th or 30th year. And I'm lucky enough to have a gentleman sitting next to me that had the chance to go out on for a couple of races, or actually for Pro 2 and Pro 4, I believe, and ride in the pace truck. I've got Gunnery Sergeant Chris Meyer from Camp Lejeune in North Carolina. He had that chance. He had the chance to ride out in that pace truck. And you came up here all smiles, big eyes, going, that's way different than what you're seeing up here on the hill, being down there on the track. What was it like?
Oh, yeah, definitely different experience, enjoyable. I loved it. You can't really see it up here, but even those small hills, they're big. And the car is going so fast down there. Even around those hairpin turns, I mean, they're easily doing 60, 70 miles an hour, where up here you think they're really braking hard and slowing down. What
was your first thought? Because you're used to seeing the race from up here on the hill or up here in the sound tower, and now being in the infield right up against the wall, and they're going by you like 20 feet away. What was that first thought like when you saw that?
Don't crash. Please don't crash and roll into me, because I can't explain that to work of how I'm not going to back up, and I'm stuck in Crandon.
Well, let's go to a little personal side. You were here last year.
Yes.
Let's see, I believe that was your second time. This is your third time here,
No,
right?
this is only my second time here.
This is your second time here. What brought you back? I mean, I know you talked about it after your first time here. What brought you back to this place?
It's the people, the experience. Yeah, the races are awesome, and I mean, and I love enjoying watching the races, but it's just the people. The people are so welcoming here, and the open arms, and Winch trackside, gotta love it down there with those guys, and partying up with them, and it's just, they treat you like family up here, even though I'm not anywhere close from around here or anything.
He's from born and raised in Oregon.
Yes.
You've been stationed at Camp Pendleton in California. You're now
Yep.
stationed in Camp Lejeune. What do you tell your Marine buddies about this thing? I mean, I'm sure they all love trucks and motorsports, but then you get specific and talk about TORC. How do you describe it to them?
So the only way I can really explain it to them is I'm like, all right, think about like the Baja 500, but then put everybody on a motocross track. And like just the compactness and the tight turns, and you don't get them all spread out like you do in the Baja, and it's all right up in your face action. So it's awesome.
Well, we're on a personal level. Let's talk about the Marine Corps real quick for a second. What's the latest going on there? I know you've been on 7 deployments. 7 deployments in your career. You're not going away anytime too soon, are you?
I hope not. I mean, everything changes all the time, but it's looking like I'm going to be home for a couple years now, training guys, making sure they're qualified on the weapon systems before they go out on their deployments and everything like that. So we'll see.
Well,
hopefully.
by the way, congratulations on making rank into gunnery again just recently, and it's well-deserved, ladies and gentlemen. This guy has put his entire life into the Marine Corps and serving our country, and again, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you had a chance to go out there in that pace truck. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Gunnery Sergeant Chris Meyer from Camp Lejeune, North Carolina.
Thank you.
Oh, you called him out even. Yeah. Oh, yeah, right now Zimmy's got a boner. Yeah. Oh, he's got it.
When it comes to guarding your engine, AMSOIL offers the next level performance enthusiasts demand. AMSOIL provides 75% more engine protection against horsepower loss and wear than required by a leading industry standard, extending the life of pistons and cams. Give the vehicle you love the above above and beyond protection it deserves. Amsoil, devoted to protection. When it comes to protecting your engine, Amsoil offers the next level performance truck owners demand. Amsoil provides 75% more engine protection against horsepower loss and wear than required by a leading industry standard, extending the life of pistons and cams. Give the vehicle you love the above and beyond fortification it deserves. Amsoil, devoted to protection.
Let's bring the truck in and we'll swap those tires out so we can get you going down the road.
What would happen if a side-by-side had more power than it ever needed, a smoother ride than ever expected, and as much storage and customization as a pickup truck? Where would you take a side-by-side like that? Where would it take you? Step behind the wheel of the new Bad Boy Stampede 900 4x4 with 80 horsepower and see for yourself what would happen. What would happen if a side-by-side had more power than it ever needed, a smoother ride than ever expected, and as much storage and customization as a pickup truck? Where would you take a side-by-side like that? Where would it take you? Step behind the wheel of the new Bad Boy Stampede 900 4x4 with 80 horsepower. See what would happen if you had more power than you knew what to do with. Explore with it, take command with it, go camping in it, hunting in it, run your farm, your ranch, or rip up any off-road trail. Because we didn't push every limit of engineering and design to see what a side-by-side was capable of. We did it to find out what you're capable of. This is the Stampede from Bad Boy. Get yours and find out what would happen. See it in action at badboystampede.com.
There's a lot of performance hidden in these tires. These tires are insanely good. Selected as a Consumer's Digest Best Buy. If this is what experts thought about Cooper tires, imagine what you'll have to say. They're impressive on all surfaces. Put Cooper tires on your car today.
Yeah, Robbie, we're like an hour and a half behind.
Everyone has their daily routines. Some of us thrive on adventure, the thrill, even just a little family time. We live for the weekend. Whatever your passion, Kenda Tires is there for you. Kenda Tires, designed for your journey.
Brakes on the left and the right. You got this?
Get your brake levers ready? Okay. Go ahead, guys.
We know dirt. Maxxis Tires.
Let's go. I got this. Good job, nice. Outside of one is not where you want to be. Affirmative, sir. You're doing good, relax. Everybody getting ready for my ride? That worked fine for me.
Get the same quality and performance the pros depend on when you fill up at VP Racing Fuels. And while you're there, check out VP Mat Additives, formulated by the mad scientists to give your ride a seat-of-the-pants boost. Visit VPRacingFuels.com for more information.
Flagman's headed toward the tower. Okay. We didn't respond to what I said, dickweed. Best Western. Going up. Well, race fans, we are just a moment away from the start of our next race. It's a Country Hearthbred Super Truck. Here's our starting grid. On the pole, it's the 297 of Cody Conrad. Kevin Hanegraaff is in the 223. Mark Peterson in the Triple Deuces. Jerry Edgerton, our current points leader in the 220. Scott Mueller in the 231. And it's Sam Jacques running the 203. And how about this? Eric Ruppel in the 237 is actually running Randy Rundhog's number 205, but the number is 237. Eric Ruppel blew the motor during yesterday's race, and Randy offered up his truck. Here they come to turn one as the green flag is waving. And it's Edgerton with the hole shot. Mark Peterson in second, Hanegraaff in that third spot. The track is looking pretty nice right now early in this race on the first lap. Again, keep in mind the race has not started until just a moment when they cross underneath the Amsoil finish line for the first time. That's when the transponders looking at each truck are tripped, and the clock is now running. As Jerry Edgerton is being chased down by Mark Peterson, currently running in second. Edgerton heading into that tight left-hand 180. This is kind of a telltale sign on how your truck is handling early in the race on these kind of conditions. As the track dries out, it may get a little bit worse. It may get a little bit better depending upon your setup. But right now, at this point, it looks like Edgerton has got it all figured out, just the right setup. Jerry Edgerton heading through the Polaris gravel pit turn for the second time. Still looking so smooth. Not one bobble. As he is pulling away from Peterson right now, which one in itself is not an easy thing to do. Conrad has moved up into that third spot. Hanegraaff has fallen back to fourth. Coming out of the Argonne corner, that Monster Energy Chevrolet. As he's getting all kinds of traction, picks up the front wheels down that back straightaway. Yeah, Conrad going by, running in third. There's Hanegraaff in the fourth spot. And somebody's truck is going south right now. absolutely sounding horrible. Trying to pick up who that might be. Oh, there, 297. There we go. Cody Conrad. Looks like the right rear kind of dug into the dirt. Maybe actually he's in some sort of rut as well, but Conrad early into his day. As we go back up front, there's Jerry Edgerton, that Monster Energy Maxxis tires. Edgerton heavy on the brakes as the front nose of that truck just dives down as he heads into the corner, comes back out, and when he accelerates, the back of that truck just squats down low and gets all kinds of traction as they come into the Forest County Potawatomi turn 1. And once again, Mark Peterson really isn't going away. He's about 10 truck lengths back, but all it would take is one slight over rotation by our leader or a small bobble, and Peterson will be right there once again. So just waiting for something to happen as there'll be 5 laps remaining this time by. Man, Peterson definitely is catching Edgerton, without a doubt. He's got his last lap was a full second quicker than Jerry Edgerton, so Peterson definitely is on the move, catching our leader. But our second place truck is slowing. Peter's got mechanical issues. As soon as we bring up Mark Peterson and how strong he's running, he comes to a slow, maybe even stop on the back section of the course, and we're talking a huge lead now as Peterson pulls off the track. And Edgerton's got a huge lead now, back to the new second place. As Edgerton literally is out of sight from our new second place truck, and still not coming around turn number 1 yet, as he's already back in the gravel pit turn, and Hanegraaff is now the second place driver. Kevin Hanegraaff looking so strong. Really need. Oh, they both over-rotated at the same time. Scott Mueller crosses the line in that third spot as the competition yellow comes out. They'll get a new breath of fresh air as they now can run to catch up Richie Kuloff in that KC Highlights Vision Wheels pace truck and the back bumper of Jerry Edgerton. And as I'm watching Jerry, you saw him kind of going side to side in that steering wheel as the truck swerved back and forth. I'm just wondering if there may be some sort of issues going on with the steering of that truck, or maybe he's trying to figure out if there's maybe a tire going down. It's hard to tell at this point, but if you're going to try to figure out if there's anything wrong with your truck, now's the time to do it under the comp yellow. But there's Hanegraaff in second, Mueller in that third spot. You can see that second place truck, that red and white entry of Kevin Hanegraaff racing for Autism. the graphic on the autism graphic on the side of that truck. He actually has 2 sons, young sons that have autism, and 100% complete involvement with the racing program, and they're probably here as well. I know they were in Chicago. I had a chance to meet them for a little bit as the Allies for Autism number 223 is back underway, running that second spot. Mueller in third. As Edgerton gets a nice run at the drop of the green flag. Stretches that lead out to about 6 truck lengths. Mueller taking that inside line on Hanegraaff. Nothing there. We got a nice little battle going on for that second, third, and fourth spot with Eric Gruppel running that 237. That's actually Randy Rundhaug. His normally number 205. They switched number plates and put Eric Gruppel in it as he blew his motor yesterday during the race. And Randy stepped aside and says, here, run my truck for the points. And, man, he might land up on the podium of that thing is the way it's looking. Here comes Mueller on the outside. Just for a second, I thought they might have been side by side. Mueller up against the wall in turn 1. Just glances off the outside retaining wall with a left rear quarter panel. Able to hang on to third spot, but man, that was close. And Edgerton going almost up and over the banking in the gravel pit turn. But he couldn't go any further on the outside, otherwise he'd been up and over. So that was close for Edgerton. As there's 3 laps remaining as our field crosses the line. It's Hanegraaff right there. There's Mueller and Ruppel. There's a great shot of those 3 as they come into that left-hand 180. I'm not sure if Ruppel has ever driven that truck before, so the first few laps I'm sure are a matter of getting used to it a little bit. And right now I know he doesn't want to wreck anything or cause a problem, but I'm sure he also wants to try to finish as far forward as he possibly can. Right now, currently running in 4th spot, as Edgerton is starting to check out once again, as there'll be 2 laps remaining this time by. Hanegraaff looking pretty good as he pulled away a little bit, but now Mueller pulled right back up within 2 trunk lengths of Hanegraaff. This time by, there'll be 2 laps remaining. Hanegraaff out there racing that number 223, the Allies for Autism. Google search that organization, and it's a pretty neat deal that he's been doing. Hanegraaff and his 2 boys running that logo for the last few years on his race truck, bringing a lot of attention to the organization and the cause. And Mueller rotates. Mueller does a complete 360. And Eric Ruppel now in that 3rd spot. Ruppel running in Randy Rundhaug's number 205 normally is now the 237 of Eric Ruppel. And Ruppel could end up on the podium. And man, has he got a big old steak dinner to buy for Randy Rundog if he can finish on the podium to help save some points. Edgerton coming around that final turn. Should be white flag. There it is. One more time around as he crosses the Amsoil finish line. Hanegraaff a little bit, I guess you'd almost say a somewhat of a comfortable advantage over third place of Rupel. Edgerton into that final corner. Down that straightaway into turn one last time. Has had nothing but clean track this entire race, having pulled the whole shot right away and has never looked back, including the competition yellow. And that truck looks like it could be just Windexed off, paper toweling, loaded up, and headed home. Down past the skyboxes into the Polaris gravel pit turn. And it looks like Jerry Edgerton is going to make it 3 races in a row, going back to Chicago when Mitch Dorr drove that 220. And there's the Amsoil finish line and the checkered flag. Edgerton will take the win. Kevin Hanegraaff and the Allies for Autism entry will take second. And Eric Rupel will take third as Randy Rundhog is getting one baked stick dinner from him right now. We'll be right back in just a few minutes with our top 3 finishers from the Country Hearthbred Super Truck Race.
Brakes on the left and the right. You got this?
Get your brake levers ready? Okay. Go ahead, guys.
We know dirt. Maxxis tires.
You know, race fans, I can't emphasize enough how cool it is to have off-road racing at prime time every single Thursday night. Talk about consistency. That's what this sport's all about. So you can tune in, know when it's going to be there, and right there's an example. Fox Sports 2. Yesterday's racing action will be broadcast on Thursday, July 14th at 9:30 Eastern Time. That's 8:30 Central. And then today's racing will be broadcast 1 week later at 8 p.m. Central. Again on Fox Sports 2. Check it out. And if you'd like to stay in touch with everything that's going on with the Off-Road Championship presented by AMSOIL, TORCseries.com is where you can keep up to date with everything that's going on. Videos, pictures, news. Always check it out. Stay up to date. And if you do the Twitter, Snapchat, or Instagram thing, you follow us at TORC Off-Road. And, of course, Facebook.com/TORC. And, again, I'll say it all afternoon long. Hashtag TORC16, hashtag TORC Off-Road with any of your social medias. Take pictures, videos, a quick little video, whatever it may be. Check in here at Crandon International Off-Road Raceway and hashtag TORC16. We're going to keep monitoring it. Robbie Floyd, myself, if you have questions, we'll try to answer it for you and get it up on the broadcast. But, again, hashtag everything TORC16. And don't forget about the TORC experience. It's going on all afternoon long. Tonight, when the racing is done, stick around, go back in the pit area. And there's a great shot of the fans up towards the main stage area. Without a doubt, this is so neat. You guys, we've braved through almost 4.5 inches of rain in the last 24 hours or so. Everybody stuck around. Nobody went home, and I mean nobody. And I'm sure quite a few people came up, set up their chairs this morning, soaked and wet, that were sleeping in tents or tried to sleep in tents through last night's drenching. But, man, today turned out absolutely perfect. And what a reward from Mother Nature for the people that braved the weather last night. And it's only going to get better from here on in, as we're going to end the day's racing here today with the Forest County Potawatomi Community Cup Challenge, Pro 2 versus Pro 4. And that's the fun stuff that's going to be happening here. And don't forget, come on back Labor Day weekend right here at Crandon International Off-Road Raceway for what is going to be a historic event in off-road racing history. A major announcement will be made this week about that weekend. And you might want to check it on TORCseries.com or Crandon International Off-Road Raceway's website, as it's going to be a very, very cool thing, a very, very, very cool announcement. So stay tuned this week. Well, we got our top 3 finishers down there in the Country Hearthbred Super Truck Race. This is a cool story right here. The truck is owned by the 205 of Randy Rudhog. He offered his truck to this man right here after he blew his own yesterday afternoon. Taking third, the 237 of Eric Ruppel. Finishing second in the Allies for Autism, number 223, Kevin Hanegraaff. And taking the win, Mr. Yeah, I got that cool deep voice. How about it for the number 220 of Jerry Edgerton? Let's go down to Tiffany Stone right now with that cool deep voice of Jerry Edgerton.
Congratulations to you, back-to-back here in Crandon. You took that whole shot, like Scott said, you didn't look back. How are you feeling today?
I just decided I was going to do the same thing I did yesterday and just hold it to the mat around the first corner and see what happens. So it came out just fine. I got to thank all the guys that came from all over the place to help me this weekend. I'm a little bit short-handed this year. I appreciate that. Wolverine Performance Engines, these things last forever. I didn't even take it out of the truck last year. J&H Transmissions. Maxxis Tires helped me out. They hooked me up with a good set of steers today, and that helped out a lot in this fluff. And who else am I forgetting? Oh, Wolverine Performance Engines. Once again, I forgot to mention them yesterday, so I told them I'd tell them twice. So.
Well, also, I have another $100 from Country Hearthbreds. You're $200 richer. Are we going out on dinner tonight? Oh, yeah. Well, congratulations to you. Good to see you back up here on that box. Looks good on you.
Thanks. Appreciate it. And thanks, everybody, for coming. And thank the track workers out there. They've been working their butts off today to give us a track to race on, and most of them are volunteers. So let's give them a big round of applause out there, people.
Congratulations for you. Hop right up on there. And right back to you, Scott.
Thanks a lot, Tiffany. And once again, there's 3 real happy guys. God, I love that smile of Kevin Hanegraaff. Man, he doesn't get up on the podium very often, but, man, today is another one of those days. And what a great story with Eric Ruppel. Again, the TORC experience. Go back in the pit area. Look for Eric Ruppel and find out what's going on back in their pits. We're going to be right back after this with our next race. So look at Electric 1600 Buggy Race.
Let's go. I got this. Good job, nice. Outside of 1 is not where you want to be. Affirmative, sir. You're doing good, relax. Everybody getting ready for more ride? That worked fine for me.
Get the same quality and performance the pros depend on when you fill up at VP Racing Fuels. And while you're there, check out VP Additives, formulated by the mad scientists to give your ride a seat-of-the-pants boost. Visit VPRacingFuels.com for more information.
Vision Wheel has been in business for over 40 years, and our customers have come to expect the very best from us. We look beyond the current trends and into the future in developing, manufacturing, and distributing wheels that set new techniques. Our excitement has steadily grown over the past few months as we've watched our vision for off-road superiority become a reality. Strength and design through real-world research is our commitment. From high-speed desert racing in Baja to short-course racing carnage, Vision has arrived. When it comes to keeping the car you love safe, there's a motor oil that offers the world-class performance you demand. AMSOIL shields your automobile 75% more engine protection against horsepower loss and wear than required by a leading industry standard, extending the life of vital components like pistons and cams. Are you ready for more power than you'll ever need? Are you ready for more storage than you've ever had? If so, then Bad Boy Off-Road wants you to get the wheel of the new Stampede 900 4x4. Visit your local dealer today to test drive the new leader of the pack, the Bad Boy Stampede 900 4x4. Follow Bad Boy Off-Road on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube for a daily look into how we're changing the off-road game. Bad Boy Off-Road, driven by Bold. Well, race fans, here we are. There on the screen, you can see the lineup for the 1600 Buggy Lincoln Electric starting field. Here's our lineup for this afternoon. Eric Senkowski starts on the pole with a 337. Bruce Fraley starts second in the 312. Matt Gerald in the third spot in the 395. Bruce Manicki in 301. Craig Padel starts sixth in the 300. Jeff Baczynski in the 324 will start seventh. Jason Flugrant and Robert Kinner start 8th and 9th. David Luger, our current points leader, starts 10th in the 328. And J.D. Corin starts 11th in the 369. The Lincoln Electric 1600 Buggy division, just a little bit quicker than the lights, a little bit more suspension, a less of a restrictor plate, but still air-cooled VW motor. And really almost the IROC of off-road. These cars are so equal, so evenly matched. It's awfully fun to watch as they are a pure driver's class. They're set with steering brakes, so the cutting brakes back and forth, side to side. Still don't see Cowboy in the shot right there, as he will be on the start on the far right side of the screen. And then we'll run across right in front of each car, again, as he has done all weekend long for so many years. Getting one final thumbs up for each driver. There's Cowboy getting the thumbs up from each driver. He'll then turn towards that flag tower one more time. Twirl his fist up in the air and point to face Desney, throwing the green flag. Green flag is out. Here they come into Forest County Potawatomi turn 1. Keep your eye to the inside. Fraley appears to have the early advantage out of Las Vegas in that orange and gray car, and he definitely does. Already a 4-5 car length lead. It looks like Matt Gerald's in second. And look at the advantage Fraley has already as they head down into the gravel pit turn. For a moment there, Matt Gerald had a peek on the inside of Fraley as he had a great line on the inside to the gravel pit turn and made up a ton of ground on Fraley. Bruce Manicki in that third spot. David Luger fourth, yesterday's winner. Brian Holzer running in that, top 5. Jason Pfluger, Jeff Brzezinski back in 7th. Our leader out of Las Vegas, Nevada, basically has made the Anago area his second home. Keeps his equipment out here in the Midwest and travels back and forth for every round of racing. Fraley, one of the best in the business, without a doubt. Fabricator of open wheel cars, buggies out of Las Vegas. Looks like Bashinsky's now moved up in that third spot. He was running 7th 1 lap ago. Bashinsky has to be one of the fastest cars on the track right now. David Luger now trying to come back on Bashinsky for, I believe that's third spot. Bashinsky able to hang on. Luger falls back to 4th. Here comes Luger one more time on Bashinsky. He passes around the outside and makes it look so easy. Luger now up into 3rd. And once again, it looks like Fraley has all but checked out on the field. Matt Gerald still running that second spot. And Matt Gerald now about to get a little bit of heat from 3rd David Luger and 4th Bruce Manicki. Oh, Matt Gerald opens the door to the inside. And let's see, that's a 328. That's David Luger goes inside. He'll make the pass on Matt Gerald. Luger now up in that second spot. Matt Gerald falls back to third, and now here comes Jeff Pashinsky. Once again, Bruce Fraley has all but checked out as he's already down the front straightaway heading into turn one. As David Luger, Matt Gerald, and Jeff Pashinsky. Oh, Gerald over-rotates, scrubs off a ton of speed, but then Pashinsky has to check up as well to prevent making contact. So he's not able to take advantage of the mistake by Gerald. But Pashinsky gets a nice run down the straightaway into turn one on the outside. And it looks like Pashinsky, yes, he has. Pashinsky now in that top three. As Matt Gerald falls back to fourth, it looks like here comes Kinner now. Robert Kinner now coming into the top five, going after fourth, Matt Gerald. Gerald goes inside, trying to make the inside move on Pashinsky. Pashinsky keeps that speed momentum up and comes right back on the outside. Pashinsky trying to flex his muscle a bit and stretch it out behind, in front of Matt Gerald and Kinner. Here comes Kinner one more time. Trying to take over fourth spot from Gerald coming into that right-hand turn. And Robert Kinner will take over the fourth position from Matt Gerald. Looks like the competition yellow will come out here next time by for Bruce Fraley, who's had the lead from the drop of the green flag. As Richie Kuloff pulls out on the track in that brand new KC Highlights Vision Wheel Cooper Tire Pace truck, and Fraley crosses the Amsoil finish line to take the competition yellow with David Luger right behind. And this will change the complexion of the race, obviously, as the entire field now will be on the back bumper of Fraley one more time, with Pashinsky, Robert Kinner, Matt Gerald, all in the top five. So we'll give them one lap around and retake the green flag for the second half, as when they take the green, there will be 3 laps remaining. So the field is now bumper to bumper as they come down that front straightaway into the Forest County Potawatomi turn 1. Fraley, Luger, Bashinsky, Kinner, Gerald all in the top 5. And I'm kind of surprised that Bashinsky's not closer to second at the restart than what he is. They need to be bumper to bumper as they come out of the Forest County Potawatomi turn 1. That's a little bit better. And they cannot pull out of line. They have to remain single file all the way past face Stesny, our flagman, as the green flag is out. Now watch, they have to stay in line. They still are, and now they can spread out. Luger gets a run on Fraley. Fraley goes about mid-track. Luger goes a little bit higher. There'll be 2 laps remaining this time around. Nope, stand corrected. 3 laps remaining this time by. The second place car, David Luger, continually looks to the outside, takes a peek to the inside, trying to find the line that he might think works. Where his car's going to handle the best, as he's not losing ground at all to our leader, Bruce Fraley. Well, Fraley once again pulling it out to about 7-8 car length lead over Luger. There'll be 2 laps remaining this time around as they hit the Amsoil finish line. Fraley has had the lead since the drop of the green flag with the whole shot through turn 1. And as soon as he gets a sizable lead, somehow Luger starts to reel him back in. As now that lead is shrunk down to about 3 car lengths from first to second, as the top 2 have now pulled away from Jeff Kusinski to about 20 car lengths back to him. Fraley continues to stretch that lead back to second. And you know Luger is struggling to find that line that's going to work to reel our leader back in. But it should be the white flag lap coming out this time around the Amsoil finish line. And it looks like Bashinsky and Kinner now are battling for that last podium spot. Bashinsky in that orange car has it. Kinner was up on the podium yesterday afternoon. He would love to make it a double. As the white flag waves. And here comes Bruce Fraley. Once again, it looks like about a 10, maybe an 8-car length lead over Luger, but here comes Fraley of Las Vegas, Nevada. Such a clean car to start the race, and it's still clean as nobody's been in front to roost him at all. Man, is this guy going to be happy. Through the Polaris gravel pit turn one last time. Now up over the Polaris jump, going into the final corner. One turn remaining. Into the corner and now pointed out, aimed at the Amsoil finish line. Out of Las Vegas, Bruce Fraley will take the win. David Luger will finish second. And how about Jeff Pashinsky? He'll come across the line in third with Kinner right behind. We'll take a moment to get these guys up to the podium. In the meantime, we'll be right back.
Outside of one is not where you want to be. Affirmative, sir. You're doing good, relax. Everybody getting ready for more ride? That worked fine for me.
Well, let's now meet our top three in the Lincoln Electric 1600 buggy field. Finishing third in the 324, how about Jeff Pashinsky? Finishing second, the 328. He's had a very strong weekend. Let's hear it for David Luger. And taking the win, I love guys like this. True Blue Midwest Off-Road Racing, the TORC Series Sportsman winner in the Lincoln Electric Buggy Division from Las Vegas, Bruce Fraley. Let's go down to Georgia Adeline one more time with our Lincoln Electric winner.
Congratulations. It was a little windy out there today. Does that affect your driving style at all?
No, you don't. It doesn't affect anything out here. You just pin the throttle wide open and hammer down. There's no wind factor.
Awesome. Do you have anyone you would like to thank?
There's a lot of people. This is the first time I've been up here all year. I'm kind of like in a dry spell, but I'd like to thank my wife back home, Larry Hammond, Glory Hammond, for giving me a place to stay. This race, I had the best spotter there ever was, John Fitzgerald. Terry for helping me clean mud all weekend, and everybody at home that's probably hopefully watching me win my first race of the year.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you, Scott.
Thanks a lot, Georgia. And right there, that's what I love about this sport. The guys that dedicate themselves, their lives, this is what they do for fun. They're not golfers, they're not fishermen, they are racers. And just seeing the emotion on Bruce and the people that support him, and you know what, you're right, I'm hoping your wife was watching this as well. Once again, congratulations, guys. And we'll step aside in just a moment. We'll be right back after this for our next race. And it's the little guys, short course carts coming up in just a bit.
What would happen if the side-by-side had more power than it ever needed, a smoother ride than ever expected, and as much storage and customization as a pickup truck? Where would you take a side-by-side like that? Where would it take you? Step behind the wheel of the new Bad Boy Stampede 900 4x4 with 80 horsepower. See what would happen if you had more power than you knew what to do with. Explore with it, take command with it, go camping in it, hunting in it, run your farm, your ranch, or rip up any off-road trail. Because we didn't push every limit of engineering and design to see what a side-by-side was capable of. We did it to find out what you're capable of. This is the Stampede from Bad Boy. Get yours and find out what would happen. See it in action at badboystampede.com.
Well, race fans, here we come with our next race of the afternoon. It's the Brew Pub Pizza short course karts. The youngest drivers on the track, the smallest drivers on the track. The future of the TORC Series is coming out here for their second day of racing in the largest field we've ever had here at Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. Again, it's the Brew Pub Pizza short course karts. Here's our lineup. Aiden Wandesega on the 97, along with Troy Johnson in the 11. John Holter in the 44, along with Ashton Horde in the 9. Easton Sleeper in the 13, along with Aiden Horde in the 28. Carter Vanderhoof in the 77, alongside of Michael Funk in the 7. Paige Rohanowitz starts 9th in the number 5. Gage Garvin in the 29 in the starts 10th. Zachary Rohanowitz starts 11th in the 31, and Owen Van Eperen starts that 12th spot as our current points leader in the number 45, and then I believe it's Sam Marquardt in the 90, Braden Beauchamp in the 20, and Hope Conrad starts 15th in the 97C. So they did a little quick reconnaissance lap to remind them of where the track goes for them, and we'll go back in the entrance of turn 1, and we're going to have a 15 wide land rush start for the Brew Pub Pizza short course karts. Pulling in the line, there you see Aiden Wandesega be up against the wall as the first, as the pole sitter. See Troy Johnson pulling up. I'd like to know what Rodney Van Eperen told Owen this afternoon before his race, because yesterday it was kind of a fun little exchange going back and forth between father and son as Owen won another race and said, pretty much threw down the gauntlet and said, Dad, I'm better than you. Until you get on the podium, I'm better than you. So something like that. But the better than you was definitely one of the things. And yeah, well, Dad was on the podium. He kind of had to yesterday. He was on the podium today, meaning the dad. Randy was on the podium today, but then I'm wondering what he said to Owen this afternoon. Okay, I'm on it, so right now I'm a better driver than you until you get on the podium. Oh, really? I'm just being informed that Owen told his dad that he wasn't even trying that hard yesterday and still won. That's got to be a harsh household. Whoa. And what, what, jeez. And what can Rodney say? I mean, his kid's winning. He's a defending class champion, points leader. Kennedy's running it today? There's Owen Van Eperen pulling into line. And we should have Kennedy Marquardt pulling up next in an orange cart, I believe it is. Oh, there it is. There'll be 2 rows. So there's Kennedy on the inside of row 2. Braden Beauchamp just pulls up. And there is Hope Conrad. It's kind of neat when you see the kids out there of racers and their trucks match that of their parents. And look at all the inching forward there's going on there. There's a cool picture. As well as our next race lined up, Superstock truck. You see them back in the distance. That is going to be a cool race. The largest field we've seen there in a long time, an 18 Mountain Dew Superstock truck race. But right now it's all about the Brew Pub Pizza short course karts. Looks like all our corner workers are out of the way. See Matt Krause getting out of the way in his four-wheeler. Backing up out of the way. And the green flag is out. Here they come into the Forest County Potawatomi turn 1. And how appropriate. Pulling the whole shot is the Forest County Potawatomi sponsored Aiden Wandasagan, the 97. They're 5-6 wide. Coming down that straightaway, they're 3 wide as they make it up past the barn. And contact made. Oh, Aiden goes up and over. They're still 3 wide as they come into turn number 2. I see Van Eperen, I see Horde. Here they come up across the Amsoil finish line for the first time. And yep, it's Carter Van Heuvel. Running up front. He started in that 7th spot, so Carter Van Heuvel is running up front. Looks like Holcher is running in that 2nd spot, but here comes Van Eperen. Van Eperen goes inside. Looked like Holcher over-rotated a little bit, scrubbed off a little bit of speed, and now Van Eperen into 2nd, but there's our leader right now, Carter Van Heuvel in the 77. So it's Van Heuvel, Van Eperen, and Holter running 1, 2, and 3. And Van Heuvel opening up that door to the inside. Van Eperen made up a lot of ground coming around that left-hand turn. Van Eperen making a charge at Van Heuvel. He'll swing to the outside. And Van Eperen takes a peek to the inside on Van Heuvel. And Van Eperen made the inside pass on Carter Van Heuvel, and we got a brand new leader, Owen Van Eperen. Now here's the thing, if the race was to end now, he would obviously be the winner on the top spot for the 2nd day in a row. And he would one-up his dad once again, who finished on the box but in 3rd place. And his son now has his 2nd win in a row. So, Rodney, man, you got your hands full, brother. There will be a competition yellow coming out at the halfway point, which will regroup everybody and give everyone a shot at Owen Van Eperen one more time, as Carter Van Heuvel is still running that 2nd spot. So they're pretty well gapped, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd on back. Paige Warhanowicz running that 4th spot. Braden Boshaw started running 5th as he started way back in that 14th spot. And Van Eperen now putting Aiden Wandasagan out 1 lap down. Tough break for Aiden as she had the whole shot but got turned over on her lid early on lap number 1. But tough break for her as she actually did pull the whole shot. We're on lap 5 right now. Lap 4, I believe, when, let's see, the competition will be coming up this time by. As Van Eperen's coming around the corner now, we'll see both the red and yellow simultaneously flags as they are waving. Easton Sleeper in the shot right there, as well as Conrad. Easton Sleeper, Hope Conrad, a little further back in the pack. As they cross the line, here's our running order in the top 10. Troy Johnson at 10th spot. Kennedy Marquardt, 9th. Aiden Horde in that 8th spot. Ashton Horde, 7th. Gage Garvin. Braden Boshaw, 6th and 5th. Paige Rahanowitz, 4th. John Holcher in the top 3, along with Carter Vanderbilt, 2nd. And Owen Van Eperen in the top spot. So our pace vehicle pulls off to the side, that bad boy UTV. Oh, look at this. We've got, is that, it looks like that's Aiden Wandasega being given the wave around. I guess that's like the NASCAR's version of the lucky dog, as she's going to whip around right now and file into the back. But it's Owen Van Eperen, Carter Vanderbilt running 1 and 2. John Holster still in that 3rd spot. Paige Rahanowitz right there in 4th. And now that's kind of a little bit of Van Eperen gets by Wanda Sega. And now Vanderbilt trying to get around as well to track down our leader. And that's not as easy as it looks. And Carter's finally gotten by. Holcher as well. And Van Eperen starting to pull away again, about a 10 truck length lead over Van den Heuvel. Holter still in that 3rd spot. Morhanowitz, Boshaw, Garvin, Horde, both the Horde sisters, 7th and 8th. Three laps remaining this time around. 3 laps remaining as Owen Van Eperen is going to lay it down to his dad if he can hang on and take the win. Oh, and with lap traffic in the way, we've got a battle going on between brother and sister. I believe, no, it's actually Paige Rahanowitz trying to get around Wanda Sega. There'll be 2 laps remaining this time around for Owen Van Eperen and Carter Van den Heuvel. And Morhanowitz is trying everything to get around Wanda Sega. Morhanowitz running that 4th spot, and she's being chased down by Gage Garvin right behind. And finally she's gotten around. And goes around. Over-rotates. Garvin has no place to go. Bounced off the left rear of Morhanowitz. She gets turned back around, but loses about 4, maybe 5 spots. Tough break for that young lady. And now here comes Horde to the back bumper of Juan de Sagan. We've got a rollover, not able, just out of camera sight of where I'm vantage. As the white flag is out, it's Van Eperen, Van Nuvel, and Holcher running 1, 2, and 3. There's our leader, Van Eperen. And up around the barn turn, Van Eperen now ducking into the infield one final time. The little kid's got on him, man. He is just known that way around this racetrack no matter what the surface is or what the conditions are. Defending class champion, current points leader, is going to win the weekend. Clean sweep for Owen Van Eperen in the 45. Second to Carter Van Nuvel in that Flying Dutchman number 77. And third, I believe this is John Holcher's first podium in the 44. Ashton Horde will come around in that 4th spot, and it looks like it's going to be Kennedy Marquardt will round out the top 5 of Braden Boshaw, 6, Gage Garvin, Pedro Hanowitz, Aiden Horde, and Zachary Hanowitz in the top 10. We're going to step aside real quick as we give them time to head up to the podium. The Brew Pub Pizza Short Course Kart Kids will be there in a minute.
When it comes to protecting your engine, AMSOIL offers the next level performance truck owners demand. AMSOIL provides 75% more engine protection against horsepower loss and wear than required by a leading industry standard, extending the life of pistons and cams. Give the vehicle you love the above and beyond fortification it deserves. AMSOIL, devoted to protection.
All right, Crandon, let's now meet our Brew Pub Pizza Short Course top 3 finishers. The future of TORC is now on the podium. We're finishing in 3rd. I believe this is his first podium ever. Let's hear from number 44 of John Holcher. And finishing 2nd, one of the most enthusiastic young drivers on the course, the number 77, the Flying Dutchman, Carter Vandenheuvel. And taking the win, a clean sweep of 2016. And he's probably going to have a few words for his dad now. The 45 of Owen Van Eperen. And how about this? Tiffany Stone with probably her favorite interview of the afternoon. Tiffany?
Owen, congratulations to you. You are still the points leader. You swept this weekend. What are you feeling?
It's awesome. I can't get up here unless all my sponsors, MMI, Maxis, my mom, my dad, my grandma and grandpa, Power Sports One, Johnny and CJ, Victory Sign, my whole crew.
And of course your dad, right? Well, congratulations. High five up top. You did a clean sweep. You're number 1. Good luck to you in the future. And right back to you, Scott.
Thanks a lot, Tiffany. All right. I'm looking at the 3 guys right there. How about a big smile from you 3 guys, huh? Yeah, there we go. Vandenheuvel, Van Eperen, Holter. Come on, guys. Smile. You got a bunch of fans there by the podium. One more time, we're going to step aside for a few words, and we're going to come right back with a Mountain Dew Superstock truck starting grid. 18 trucks here at Crandon. Just a quick reminder, everybody, again, in 2 weeks, we're going to be in ERX Motorsports Park in Minneapolis, Minnesota area, July 16th and 17th. If you can make the drive, without a doubt, you're going to be there. It's a brand new facility. Everything about it, the track, the area, the buildings, everything is brand new, and you don't want to miss it because basically TORC is going to be there, Pro and Sportsman, and Chris in the place. So be a part of history as we got a brand new Upper Midwest racing facility, and we're calling it world class without a doubt. Again, the Carlson Racing Team has done a phenomenal job in preparing that and providing us with another place to race. And outside of Wisconsin, outside of Michigan, Illinois, we're now going to Minnesota. And if you can't make it, you want to go to TORCseries.com and listen to the live stream, as we'll be bringing all the racing action at the historic first event at the ERX Motorsports Park, or follow us on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram at TORC Off-Road. You can also like us on Facebook.com/TORC. And right now I want everybody to start taking some pictures. We just got 2 races remaining before the Cup race. So start getting that excitement up. Start amping up a little bit. Start grabbing those cell phones, those smartphones. Hashtag TORC16. Hashtag TORC Off-Road. We're about to really light this place on fire, and we want to see everybody in the social media letting everybody else know that they're not here, how much fun they're missing. So again, hashtag TORC16, hashtag TORC Off-Road, and next time I want to welcome, once again, you know what? Here's the thing. I got to call out the godfather of Wentz Trackside Bar and Grill. Dickie Went, 83 years old. He still comes down here across the road. He has one of the biggest privately hosted parties, brings everybody over there, has a great time. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Dickie. Hey, guys, hashtag TORC Off-Road with all your pictures and all your comments from this point on. Love you, buddy. I missed you last night over there at the party. You had already went to bed. Not your boys. You did. Your boys hung out till daylight. Well, race fans, here's our lineup for the Mountain Dew Superstock Truck starting grid as our flagman faced Esney headed to the flag tower. Here's our lineup. On the pole, the 806 of Jay Schaefer alongside Kenny Platt in the 812. Tom Groff in the 837 starts third. Scott Heichel in the 899. Troy Shade in the 829 starts fifth. Jamie Kleikamp, very strong run yesterday, starts sixth in the 825. Mike Funk starts seventh at 807. Gatlin Keener, and one of the coolest off-road race trucks you're going to find in any class, he starts eighth in the 886. Garrett Lohr starts ninth in the 819. Nick Bing, 833, along with Mitch Dorr, starts 897th, 10th, and 11th. Joey McKosick, he'll start 12th in 851, and Ty Arneson starts 13th in 867. Ken Wilson, 803. Scott Allison, 813 and 14th and 15th positions. Robert LeGrand starts 16th at 870. Harvey Lewis starts 17th at 855. And Natalie Lottie in her first race in the Mountain Dew Superstock Truck Division in the 888. And when was the last time you saw that number in any race vehicle? Does anyone know who used to run the 888 number? Green flag is out. We're underway. Here come the Mountain Dew Superstock Truck into turn one. And it's Shane with the hole shot. Varner in second. Or I'm sorry, Groff in second. Funk in third. Shaden and Varner, I'm sorry, Shaden and Groff running 1 and 2. Groff goes the inside on Shaden. Shaden completely opened up the front door. So it's Troy Shaden. Tom Groff, Mike Funk, Gatlin Keener up in that 4th spot. Garrett Lohr fifth, Jamie Kleikamp, Joey Machosik, Mitch Dorn, Nick Bing, and Scott Heichel all in the top 10, but Shaden has gapped out to second place Groff by quite a bit going into that backstretch turn, and the hood is flying up on Shaden. The hood is flapping up. Still not too much of a problem, but it could be as the race goes on. And here comes Mike Funk to the inside on Tom Groff. And we got a position change. As Mike Funk has now moved up to that second spot. Mike Funk now running a second. You see a little bit of, looks like, body damage. He was throwing pretty strong yesterday, and then he hooked a rut and rolled it over. So that's why the truck looks a little bit beat up, but I just saw a puff of smoke from our leader. There was definitely some smoke coming out of our leader just a moment ago, as here comes Gatlin Keener. Keener now battling with Groff for that third spot. He'll duck to the inside to the Argonne corner. And now Garrett Lars coming up to the back bumper of Keener. Keener tries that inside line on Groff through turn one. They're up alongside. They're trying to make it 3 wide. Keener tried that outside line, decided to cut back in, and Groff is outside, inside, trying to make that truck so wide. Keener will take a peek to the inside. Here we go. Scrubs off too much speed and had to check up a little bit on Groff. Shaden, Funk, Varner, Keener, Laura across the line. Top 5, Bing, Kleikamp, Dorr, McTrosick. Again, Keitler going after Groff. Garrett Laura right behind Keener. And right there you can see just a moment ago how that hood is flapping up on Shaden. And it might last the race, it might not, it's hard to tell, but that front of that hood, the front half, is flapping up and down. Shaden with about a 15 truck length lead over, let's see, that's Michael Funk running that second spot. And it is a crazy race going on right now as Keener has finally gotten that third spot. Groff has fallen back a little bit as he's passed about 3, maybe 4 cars, as he may have a mechanical issue. But look at Nick Bing, he is on the move right now, and there's the hood flapping up on our leader. Getting a little bit worse each consecutive lap, as Mike Funk is gaining on our leader without a doubt. And it looks like Shaden is loose. Shaden is off the power. Shaden is coming to a stop. Our leader with mechanical issues. Just a little bit of smoke is puffing out the back of that truck. That might be the problem. But either way, we've got a brand new leader. Michael Funk is running up front. Gatlin Keener now in the second. Nick Bing third. And we still have the comp yellow coming. So it's Bing, Laura, Mitch Dorr, all battling for that last podium spot. And now Keener lost a fender. Keener lost, and he runs steel fenders. But the right front just flew off on that Popcorn Sutton small batch entry. Man, we look at that. Third, fourth, and fifth. And the competition yellow comes out. Nick Bing will hang on to that third spot. Fourth be Laura, Mitch Dorr in the top 5. Groff, Machosik, Eichela, and Platten and Schaefer around at the top 10. But there's our leader right now. Michael Funk with a great move early in the race and now finds himself up front. He's been fast, going all the way back to Chicago, and now finds himself up front. But man, check out that brand new Casey Highlights Vision Wheels Cooper Tire pace truck driven by Richie Kuloff. Without a doubt, the best job of anybody working here this weekend, driving the pace truck all weekend long. Nice. We're going back to green flag racing this time by. Here comes Richie Kuloff. He'll pull off to the side with our leader, Mike Funk, Gatlin Keener, Nick Bing. They must remain in line until they reach face Desnier Flagman. They cannot pull off to the side. Oh, I'm not sure if that was a good move by Keener as he went to the right. Nick Bing ducked to the left. And Keener was able to duck back in line and hang on to second, but Nick Bing is gonna be on the move. And here comes Mitch Dorr to the outside. Nick Bing pulls up alongside Gatlin Keener. Keener not giving away a bit. Keener now on the inside for that right-hand turn. And he'll retake second. And now Bing and Laura battling for that third spot again. Here comes Mitch Dorr now and Laura. Gatlin Keener going after Mike Funk for the lead for a moment. Pulled up alongside. This could be so cool. If Gatlin Keener can get inside, oh man! Slightly over-rotated, lost ground to our leader, and now he's got a mirror full of Nick Bing coming up in third as Mike Funk pulls away. Now back to about 8, maybe 9 truck length lead over second, third, and fourth, and Nick Bing is moving. Here he comes in third. Mitch Dorr, Nick Bing, as well as Garrett Lohr, all battling for that third spot, but they're going after Gatlin Keener right now, who's currently in second. This time by 3 laps remaining as they cross under the Amsoil finish line. And look at, we've now got 5 trucks battling for second. What did I tell you? Oftentimes this class is the best race of the weekend. And here comes now Mitch Dorr outside Nick Bing. Inside, outside move, how classic can you get? And Keener now making a run again at our leader. He falls back, then reels our leader Mike Funk back in. He falls back, reels him back in. Now this is the 3rd time he's made a charge at our leader. And oh man, a love tap by Nick Bing on the back of Gatlin Keener. And now here comes Mitch Dorr again. Man, Gatlin Keener keeps opening up the inside line on nearly every corner, giving somebody the opportunity. And it looks like his suspension might be a little off as that thing is bouncing off the jumps. Once again, Biddy likes that line. Keener keeps going to the outside to the gravel pit turn. Oh, we got a 3, 4, 5 truck battle for second. 2 laps remaining this time around. Woohoo! This is incredible. Oh man, I'm looking at Mike Funk, our leader, as he went way wide, and he gave the opportunity for Keener to make up some ground. Now about 3 truck lengths separating. You know, Gatlin Keener running in second is pretty much an even keel kind of guy. Here comes Nick Bing to the inside. Bing scrubs off the corner. Keener kept that outside line. They're making contact, bouncing back and forth. Here comes Mitch Dorr on the inside. Mitch Dorr trying to make it 3 wide through turn 1. They're 3 wide in front of the crowd. And we got a truck over that's Garrett Lord. Big rollover by Garrett Lord and making contact with Nick Bing. White flag coming up this time around. It looks like Mitch Dorr may have some issues as well as his left rear. And left rear up flat on Mitch Dorr. White flag is out. And right front flat tire adjusted Keener. Nick Bing goes into second. Dorr, left rear flat tire. Scott Heikkila now battling with Mitch Dorr. Here comes Jay Schaefer. And Mitch Dorr still at speed with that left rear flat tire, but man, oh man, Mike Funk, our leader, has held off every challenge during this race. And right now the battle is for that final podium spot. There's Scott Heikkila. Here comes Jay Schaefer. Red versus blue, Chevy versus Ford. And there's our leader, Mike Funk. I believe this is his first career win in the Mountain Dew Superstock division. One last time in the Husqvarna. In the Polaris gravel pit turn up towards the Polaris jump. 1 turn remaining. And oh man, that front end shocks are gone as Our leader bounced off that jump, bounced back again, and across the across the Amsoil finish line, the win goes to Mike Funk, Nick Bing second, Scott Heichel third. Jay Schaefer will finish in fourth. Mitch Dorr, Gatlin Keener, Joy Machosik, finishes fifth. Mitch Dorr sixth. Tom Groff, oh man, what a mess that last 2 laps was as our leaders were battling. They made contact, popped some tires. We had a rollover, just all kinds of things going on. But we're going to catch our breath, step aside as we get our top 3 up to the podium. We'll talk to them in just a moment.
Let's bring the truck in and we'll swap those tires out so we can get you going down the road.
Just want to remind everybody, we got the TORC experience going on all day long. It's the all-day pit pass autograph session in the pits all afternoon. You know what? Don't go home right after the last race, which is the Cup race. Head down to the pits, see some of the drivers, get pictures, get autographs, and then hashtag TORC16, hashtag TORC Off-Road with all the content that you're recording on your cell phones. And maybe be lucky enough to go home with what we always call autograph material. Fenders, hoods, doors, rear quarters, signing on the autographs. We're getting the call right now. We got 10 minutes before our next race. And that will be the Trigg Smokehouse Super Buggy starting grid. And don't forget about the Twin Cities Takedown coming up in just a couple of weeks at the brand new ERX Motorsports Park. Just north of Minneapolis, Minnesota, around 7 and 8 of the 2016 season. July 16th and 17th, make the drive to a brand new facility. Help us tear the place apart. Christen the brand new ERX Motorsports Park. And don't forget, TorqueSeries.com. If you can't come back tomorrow or the rest of the season, you can always go to TORCseries.com and watch us on the live stream. Also, follow us on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram at TORC Offroad. Like us on Facebook.com/TORC. And like I said just a moment ago, hashtag TORC16, hashtag TORC Offroad, with all the cool pictures and comments you're making this weekend. Let's now head down to the main stage for the presentation of the Mountain Dew Superstock Top 3 finishers. Finishing third in the 899, how did he find his way through all that mess in the last 2 laps? It's Scott Heikkila.
Congratulations to you. We were just talking back there. It's first time up here on podium. How are you feeling today?
It's took a while, but it's exciting, that's for sure.
Well, it's so good to see you up here. I know you got lots of people to thank. This is your time.
Okay, well, first I'd like to thank my family for all their help. The kids for putting up with me working in the garage all the time. Father-in-law, Don Olala, he's always out there with me. Jack Heitman, wherever he is, he's been helping me a lot, so all them people.
Well, congratulations. So good to see you up here. I hope to see you up here next round.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Now finishing second. He somehow once again did it nice and clean, worked his way through the pack. He started way back in that 10th spot, is second on the podium. Nick Bing!
Come right down this way. I know you're so excited to get up there, but of course we have to talk to you. Back-to-back second place podiums here in Crandon. How are you feeling right now?
Pretty good. It was pretty rowdy out there today. The truck kind of wiped out, but it was a lot of fun. Hell of a battle out there, so it was a good time. Should help in points. We should be up a little bit further than they are, and I'd like to thank all my sponsors. If I wasn't here, it wouldn't happen. Lucas Oil. There's many. JR Enterprises, Dale and James Pub, everybody. G&H Force. I'm forgetting some, but thank you everybody, and for sure, my crew. If it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be here.
Well, I love the way you said that. Congratulations to you. Good luck in the future.
And our winner pulled the whole shot, looked so very strong. I believe this may be his first career win in the Mountain Dew Superstock division. The 807 of Mike Funk.
Mike, congratulations to you. Like we said, this is the first one in this class for you. One word to describe this.
That's awesome. Just from wreckers to checkers yesterday. It was a bushel basket yesterday, and the crew got it all back together, and it ran out. It worked. Just like to thank all my sponsors and all my crew, especially all my family. Thank Clearflow, A&M Drywall, Radix Auto Body, Triple K Farms. I'm forgetting a bunch, but thanks for all the help and thanks for all the support.
Well, word of advice, don't open that Mountain Dew. You've been shaking it a little bit. It might get all over the place. If you do, let me get out of here, though, okay? Congratulations to you. It's good to see you up on top of that box. And I just want to say a big shout out to AMSOIL for contingenting all these guys out there. So if you need any AMSOIL products, make sure you see them. They'll help you guys out. And back up to you, Scott.
Thanks a lot, Tiffany. Once again, here's one thing that I've always tried to do. A first-time winner never gets interviewed with sunglasses on. I want to see his eyes. I know there's some emotion going on right there. Congratulations once again to our top 3 finishers. You guys put on one hell of a show. The entire class, without a doubt. The Mountain Dew Superstock boys really know how to do it. We're going to step aside just for a moment as we've got 3 races remaining. The Triggs Smokehouse Super Buggy, the Arturo Tire Pro Light, and the big one coming up in just a minute.
What would happen if the side-by-side had more power than it ever needed, a smoother ride than ever expected, and as much storage and customization as a pickup truck? Where would you take a side-by-side like that? Where would it take you? Step behind the wheel of the new Bad Boy Stampede 900 4x4 with 80 horsepower. See what would happen if you had more power than you knew what to do with. Explore with it, take command with it, go camping in it, hunting in it, run your farm, your ranch, or rip up any off-road trail. Because we didn't push every limit of engineering and design to see what a side-by-side was capable of. We did it to find out what you're capable of. This is the Stampede from Bad Boy. Get yours and find out what would happen. See it in action at badboystampede.com.
As we get ready for our next race, we have 2 races remaining before the big race we've been talking about all weekend long. The reason why everybody's here, the Forest County Potawatomi Community Cup Challenge, Pro 2 versus Pro 4. We still have Triggs Smokehouse, Super Buggy, and the Arturo Tire Pro Light. We want to thank everybody for sticking around this weekend, braving Mother Nature and upwards of almost 6 inches of rain. We're going to be doing something for the TV cameras right before the Cup race. We hope everybody participates. The more, the merrier. The more, the better. And look at that crowd. Check out the big screen in the infield and look for yourself on the monitor. You guys have witnessed probably one of the best Mountain Dew Superstock truck race we have in a long time, and it's only going to get better from here. Fantastic weather. Perfect amount of breeze. We've got guys dancing up here in the sound tower. Too much fun is being had, and we've got too much fun to be had yet. If you guys are having fun now, you got to come back Labor Day weekend for the TORC Finals. It is going to be the big one, without a doubt. Big, huge announcement coming up next week. Go to TORCseries.com. I believe the announcement is being made on Tuesday, if I remember right. It is going to be huge. Buy your tickets now for the fall race. Let's now meet our Triggs Smokehouse Super Buggy starting grid. On the pole, from right down the road in Rhinelander, Wisconsin, number 29 of Scott Schwabe. Starting second, the 76 of Jamie Long. Michael Meister starts in the third spot in the 94 alongside Mark Steinhardt in the 31. Ryan Schwabe starts fifth in the number 2, and current points leader John Fitzgerald starts sixth in the number 14. Ken Mosh starts seventh in the 26 alongside Tom Schwartzberg in the 3. And then rounding out the field of 9 Super Buggies, Herman Barnum in the 22. There's Cowboy running along the front end of every car. There he seems to stop a little bit, getting the thumbs up from even the drivers in the back row. He'll look now towards the Rugged Radio's flag tower and face Desney. He will throw the flag at any moment. Here we go, Crandon. We've got 2 races before the Cup race. Green is out, we're underway. And it looks like Meister with the hole shot. Oh, contact made. Scott Schwabe goes around. He'll do a complete 360. Fitzgerald second. Mark Steinhardt in that third spot. You got Mike Meister and Mark Steinhardt as teammates for that Ponte logging equipment team. Fitzgerald throwing his car sideways into that turn right before the Amsoil finish line. The clock is now starting. Actually, it's Mark Steinhardt with the hole shot. Steiny is out front. I believe this is the first Super Buggy race he's ever led since stepping up this year in 2016. Steiny now running up front. Fitzgerald, Meester, Ryan Schwabe, Ken Mosh, all running in the top 5. Meister having a good run, trying to track down Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald is always one of the guys you want to beat in Super Buggy, always very fast. And now he's being chased down by Meister. 3, we got Mark Steinhardt up front, John Fitzgerald at second spot. Sorry, Mike Meister in that third spot as they have pulled away from the rest of the field. And Meister almost over-rotated, was able to catch it. And the third, but lost a little ground to John Fitzgerald running in second. Our top 3 are still running together very, very tight, with Steiny running up front. Meister pressuring Fitzgerald a big time. Fitzgerald will cross the line now with the lead as there are 6 laps remaining. Tried to duck inside of Steiny, over-rotated, lost ground, falls back to third, and now it's kind of a 15 car looks back. Scott Schwabe all by himself, well off the pace as he did a 360 in turn number 2. He's been off the pace ever since, so tough take for one of the front runners, Scott Schwabe, as our leader goes by the barn. John Fitzgerald now pulling away from Mark Steinhardt as Mike Meister is still running at third. The competition yellows come out as we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. It's Fitzgerald up front, Mark Steinhardt second, Michael Meister running in third spot, Ken Mash running in fourth. Nice run by him. And Ryan Schwabe rounds at the top 5. Our KC highlights. Truck is coming around the corner, pulling off the infield of the track. We're going green this time by. Across the line, Fitzgerald still has the point. Steinhardt, Meister, Ken Mash, Ryan Schwabe. Mark Steinhardt trying a few different lines, trying to figure out how this big horsepower car handles his first year. He stepped up into the Super Buggy division and be leading at one point and now running second. I believe it's a pretty good accomplishment early on in the race, early on in the season. This is only round 4 of the TORC, the Off-Road Championship Sportsman Series. Fitzgerald's gapped a little bit back to now Steinhardt, and now Steiny's getting heat from his teammate, Michael Meister. A little bit less than 3 laps remaining, and here comes Mike Meister now, trying once again to get around Steiny on the inside. For just a moment, Steiny hooked the rod, kind of twirled around a little bit, able to catch it, save it, and hang on to second. The track looks to be in perfect condition as I'm looking at the timing and scoring right now. The laps are getting faster each consecutive lap for all 3 of our top 3 drivers. And Meister, take a look at the inside, tried an extreme low line on Steiny to make the move and couldn't pull it off. 2 laps remaining this time around. Again, Steiny slightly over rotates and Meister has to check up to keep from making contact. Meister trying everything, takes a peek to the inside, takes a peek to the outside, now takes a peek to the way the inside to square off the corner. And still not able to make up ground on Mark Steinhardt. Meister may have him right now as he passed along the outside barn on the all the way around. It does. He pulls it up, takes the outside line, going that left-hand turn past the barn, completes the pass by the skyboxes, and now Mike Meister is running in second. Fitzgerald coming around the Forest County Potawatomi turn 1, and he's got Mike Meister coming at him hard right now. There's only about 4, maybe 5 car lengths separating. White flags coming up this time by, and Fitzgerald has got a back bumper full of the second place car. Meister goes inside of Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald now knows he's got a race with the white flag coming up this time by. John Fitzgerald will take the win at the last second. Meister made a charge but couldn't pull it off. Steinhardt finishes third as Schwabe and Scott Schwabe cross the line around the top 5. Race fans, we hope you had a great time this afternoon watching us on TORCseries.com, watching the TORC Sportsman Series. We're going to step aside for just a moment. Come back at 5:30 for the Arturo Tire Pro Light and the famous Forest County Potawatomi Community Cup Challenge. We'll be back at 5:30.
Huh?